It was supposed to be a normal post-game explanation, a coach speaking after a match, using the same safe words we've all heard many times. It's a good bounce-back win for us today. We started the game strong on defense. Nothing unusual, nothing controversial. But behind those calm words, something much darker was happening. For months, the basketball world believed Caitlin Clark's absence from Team USA was simple. Just a roster choice, a matter of experience. Maybe she needed to earn her spot. Maybe she didn't fit the system yet. That illusion is gone. Recent leaks from Team USA camps didn't just challenge the story, they destroyed it. What was called a basketball decision now looks more like a deliberate exile. A move to keep the sport's biggest star off the global stage. This wasn't hesitation. This was resistance. And if that sounds extreme, consider what's been confirmed. Caitlin Clark wasn't just left off the roster. Team USA leadership seemed determined to stop her from becoming the face of the program. New reports talk about internal panic, intentional disrespect, jersey politics, and a potential billion-dollar standoff. The harsh truth is settling in. Caitlin Clark's Team USA career may not just be paused. It might be over before it truly began. TOC how it got here. Look back at the leak that changed everything. When the Olympic roster was announced, the official explanation sounded simple. She was too young, not strong enough, and needed more experience. That story was repeated until it felt real. But insiders revealed the truth behind closed doors. It had nothing to do with defense or shot selection. The committee's real fear wasn't Clark's skill, it was her audience. They worried that if she made the roster but didn't play enough, the backlash from her huge fan base would be a distraction. Think about that. She wasn't cut because she couldn't help win games. She was cut because she was too popular. Her fame wasn't seen as a way to grow the sport. It was seen as a threat to their control. The spotlight made them uncomfortable, so they removed the source. And that alone is shocking. But it didn't stop there. Things quickly got personal, and the next act of disrespect came in a detail that might seem small to casual fans. But in sports culture it's huge. The jersey number. For years, number 22 has been Caitlin Clark's identity. It's more than just a number. It's branding, history, and recognition. It's what millions of young fans associate with her across arenas. It's tied to the NCAA's all-time leading scorer. So, when Team USA invited Clark to training camp and gave her number 7 instead of 22, the message was clear. This wasn't a mistake. It was a power move. In professional sports, taking someone's number sends a statement. You don't matter here. You are replaceable. You're not special in this room. They gave her number to someone else to make that point. It was meant to humble the sport's most visible player, and it backfired. The center of this tension is head coach Cheryl Reeve. And here the story moves from a questionable decision to a real feud. Long before Clark played a WNBA game, Reeve publicly urged people to calm down the hype. Comments, social media behavior, praise withheld, credit minimized. It all added up. When the Olympic snub became public, Reeve didn't soften the blow. She doubled down. There was no recognition of Clark's impact on marketing or the sport. No acknowledgement of what she brings to the game, just dismissal. The tone wasn't supportive or collaborative. It was corrective. The message was clear. Caitlin Clark needed to be put in her place. According to leaks, this wasn't just one person's opinion. It became institutional. The tension wasn't only in interviews. It played out on the court, in how Clark was used when she was present. Insiders described a subtle but effective freeze-out. When Clark appeared in national team settings, the offense wasn't built around her. She wasn't empowered or featured. She was parked in corners, used as a decoy, and ignored in plays. Imagine having one of the greatest shooters in history and refusing to run plays for her. It's like owning a supercar but refusing to shift out of first gear just to prove control. The goal wasn't to integrate her talent. It was to neutralize it and make her look ordinary, then justify her exclusion. It's textbook gatekeeping. Set someone up to fail, then blame them when they do. But the establishment didn't see this coming. They expected Clark to plead, campaign, and play politics. She didn't. Instead, she went silent. Optional minicamp invites came, and she declined. She trained on her own, focused on her season. To fans it looked harmless. To executives, it was terrifying. That wasn't absence, it was leverage. Clark sent a message without saying a word. If she wasn't respected, she wouldn't be used. No ticket sales, no ratings bump, no global branding. She knows her valued, that's when the panic began. Once the story moves from locker rooms to boardrooms, the stakes are massive. Nike reportedly invested $28 million in a Caitlin Clark signature line, a long-term vision, and a global face. NBC needs ratings. Sponsors need star power. The 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles needs a centerpiece. And without Clark, those numbers drop. The WNBA already proved it. Games with Clark shattered viewership. Games without her fell back to normal. That is an opinion, it's reality. Now, a civil war is forming inside women's basketball. On one side, the establishment, coaches, committees, veterans, who value hierarchy, seniority, and rigid systems. On the other, fans, sponsors, and the business of basketball, the future. The leaked fear of fan backlash was the smoking gun. This decision wasn't about winning, it was about control. They'd rather field a team fewer people watch than a team where Clark is a star. That's not tradition, it's self-destruction. The career over question isn't clickbait. With the same leadership in place, why would Clark return? Why would she trust them? They stripped her identity, leaked their fears, and minimized her impact. She doesn't need Team USA. She has sold out arenas, endorsements, and loyal fans. Team USA needs her far more than she needs them. That shift in power drives the tension. During All-Star Weekend, fans saw what Clark can do when she plays freely. Smiling, creating, and elevating teammates. Contrast that with Team USA camp reports. Tense, cold, rigid veteran walls, silent messages saying, "You haven't earned this." That environment suffocates talent, and Nike knows it. Rumors are swirling about pressure behind the scenes. They're unconfirmed but persistent. When a heavily sponsored program sidelines its most marketable star, it becomes a business problem. Someone has to blink. Do you remove a coach who just won gold? Or do you risk losing the face of the sport for a decade to avoid controversy? They created the biggest controversy imaginable. Every Team USA game became about Caitlin Clark's absence. Every offensive drought sparked comparison clips. Every missed shot reminded fans of what wasn't there. They tried to erase her, and made her unavoidable. History shows the danger of this approach. The 1992 Dream Team left Isaiah Thomas off the roster. That wound never healed. But Isaiah was near the end of his prime. Caitlin Clark is just beginning. Alienating her now risks burning bridges for 2028, 2032, and beyond. Her silence is deafening. No commitments, no declarations, no promises, just performance. Every sellout, every ratings spike, every jersey sold strengthens her position. She's playing chess. The system is playing checkers. This isn't about attitude. By all accounts, Clark is team first, unselfish, and hardworking. The narrative that she's a problem is projection from those threatened by her gravity. They mistook attention for ego, and in doing so they robbed fans of history. The question now is simple. Who owns the game, the committees or the fans? The fans have chosen Caitlin Clark. And the harder the system pushes her away, the louder the response becomes. Unless something changes, leadership, accountability, humility, this could go down as one of the greatest self-inflicted wounds in sports history. Her career isn't over. But the patience might be. When Caitlin Clark's next chapter unfolds, whether inside Team USA or entirely outside it, one thing is certain. This wasn't about basketball. It was about fear. And fear is a terrible way to run a dynasty. The ball is in their court now, and the clock is ticking.